Hi, welcome to This Week in Ames. I'm Susan Guiazda. On today's show, we check in with the Ames Metropolitan Planning Organization. My guest today is Tony Filippini, Transportation Planner with the Ames too many letters. Ames Metropolitan Planning Organization, or AAMPO.
That is correct.
Ames Area Metropolitan Planning Organization.
That's right.
Not everybody is familiar with that acronym, and sometimes they say it wrong. But why don't you tell me a little bit about what the AAMPO is and what you do?
Right. So I'll get started just sort of explaining what the MPOs are. So the Ames Area MPO is our regional transportation planning agency. So there's a federal requirement for all metropolitan areas over 50,000 people to have one of these in order to be eligible for federal transportation funds. So in the state of Iowa, there are currently 9 metropolitan planning organizations, or known as MPOs. So the MPOs are really in charge of leading a comprehensive, cooperative, and continuous planning process for developing all these transportation plans.
Well, and certainly transportation plans extend beyond local jurisdictions and boundaries. So this is sort of an umbrella organization to make sure that all those plans are interconnected and working properly?
Absolutely. So the Ames area, along with all the other MPOs, it's more of a regional scale. So for the Ames area MPO, we include geographically the city of Ames, the city of Gilbert, as well as portions of Boone and Story County. So we do a coordinated regional plan so that all the plans for all the jurisdictions are coordinated, and that roadways or bike networks or transit networks are all, they don't just stop at the end of the city limit. So it's integrated that coordinated continuous plan.
And I think what people don't realize is that you're not just looking at roads, but it's actually transportation networks, and that's multimodal.
That's right. So it's a very inclusive process. So not only do we include the geographic areas, such as the city governments, but there's a lot of planning activities as well that include transit, economic development, and tourism. Can even include air quality, environment, human services, as well as the non-motorized. So that means pedestrians, the safe routes to school programs, as well as bicycling. And
we have a lot of active bicyclists in this community, always interested in sort of extending that bicycling capacity in the area, not just in Ames, but extending it out into the county and to the rest of the network.
That's right. So Central Iowa, I think, is one of the things that a lot of people find is great quality of life is just the extent of trails. So not only does the Ames region in our area have quite a focus on trails, but we also coordinate with even a larger area that includes probably about a half a dozen counties that include the Des Moines metro area, as well as some regional counties around here, to develop and support, coordinate those large trail networks, as well as provide those opportunities to safely go through our local cities safely on a bike as well.
So recently you finished up a long-range transportation plan, and part of that was getting a lot of input. How do you do that outreach and get all those voices, make sure people are heard?
That's right. So the Ames Area MPO, along with all MPOs, one of their main objectives is to put together a long-range plan or a metropolitan plan. So what we do is we spent about 2 years putting together a bunch of public outreach, as well as meeting with stakeholders and developing this long-range comprehensive plan. That plan was known as Ames Mobility 2040, and is sort of our guide to developing and programming projects for the next several years. So after that plan was developed, it gave us quite a list of goals, a vision for the area, as well as some priority of projects. And our steps coming out of that for the next couple of years is programming those into sort of the second implementation that all MPOs do, that's called the Transportation Improvement Program. So that's where we take sort of the vision of the long-range plan and actually put into motion, where we assign federal funds for the area to these specific projects, and those plans are available publicly, so people can comment on them as they're developed every year, and can watch the progress of these projects as well.
So I know that the AAMPO is involved in a lot of outreach. I understand that you're involved in an upcoming bike summit.
That's right. So coming up on February 17th, there's an event called the Ames Bike Summit for 2017. This is an event that was co-hosted by both the Ames Bicycle Coalition as well as the Healthiest Ames group.
And it's a kind of a drop-in kind of thing at the Ames Public Library, noon to 5, I believe. On that Friday, if you're around, you could stop in, and what might you learn about?
Yeah, so the event, as you said, is going to start around noon. What they have lined up are a couple of presentations that will begin at 12:30. So they'll have someone from the Mason City Blue Zones available or there to speak about some of the initiatives that they've done in Mason City. The City of Ames will have a presentation along with the Iowa State University. Will be there as well. So after that, they're also going to ask community members who are present to share what their experiences are bicycling through Ames and just sort of facilitate a discussion and sort of a learning time until throughout the rest of the event. So the event is expected to conclude at about 5 o'clock.
Yeah, and I know our own Eric Snyder with the Ames Police Department will be there pushing the Ames Bike Walk Drive Smart program, which is all about respect for different forms of transportation. Tony, thank you so much for coming in and talking to us. I know the AAMPO plays a big role that a lot of people don't see in the community, and it's really nice for you to share that perspective with us.
Yeah. If I could, one thing that we do have available, if people want to follow up for more information, on the MPO's website at www.aampo.org, there's people can sign up for e-notification in which they can get an email notice of upcoming events, meetings, and news from the MPO if they'd like to sign up for that.
Great, thank you. Again, if you're interested, that website is aampo.org for more information about transportation planning in Ames. Also remember that Bicycle Summit on Friday, February 17th. You don't want to forget that. And other things for your calendar, don't forget the Eco Fair is coming up. That'll be Saturday, March 25th. Learn more about sustainability with our friends at the Eco Fair. Well, that's our show for today. Thanks for watching, and tune in next week for This Week in Ames.